Welcome to another trade recap. As I said in the last trade recap, I will be dropping these as and when I take trades, not just for anyone who wants to watch, but for my own personal journal. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you a couple of trades I've taken in the last week. So as you can see here, we've been heavily bearish, and then we ended up coming bullish. We come bearish again. Down here we got a 4-hour change of character, and then we was also bullish for quite a while. And then as you can see, as we come up here, so around here, what I saw is I saw a push up, I saw a pullback. So what I did is I marked this right here for my chalk up, and then what I was doing is I was waiting for the low to be broken. So for me, the low would have been this one. So I marked this out. So as it stands, we have had a 4-hour change of character. And for me, what I was seeing is I was seeing a reaction and a tap into this demand. So for me, this become a flip zone, which did leave behind this supply right here, not that one, this one. So for me, it left this supply, and then all I was simply doing is waiting for price to tap in to this point of interest in order for me to take a trade. Obviously, we carried on down for a little bit, and then eventually we did tap into this 4-hour POI, and at the moment what I'm doing is I'm trading 4-hour POIs with a 10-minute change of character, and then I enter on the 5-minute. So as you can see, we've tapped now into my 4-hour POI. What I do now is I drop down to the 10-minute, and then all I simply do is look for a change of character. So as you can see, we've come down, we've come up, we've come down, we've took the high, so we've got no take of this low. So until we get a take of the low, we've not had a change of character. So we come up again, we come up again, we do pull back, we then take the high. As you can see, this is a very subtle up move and then a pullback, but it is a pullback nonetheless. And then we take the high, and then all we're waiting for now is a take of this low here. So if I just mark this right here, so once we take this will be a change of character. So we took this low, and then once we took this low, what I did is I dropped down to the 5-minute. So dropping down to the 5-minute, what I do is I either take a trade from the 50% of the extreme most of the time, or I take it from this a sweep wick. So as you can see, for me, these aren't any sweeps. So what I did is I marked out this candle here, so the extreme of this little range. And then for me, I went at the 50%. So the 50%, and then I come down, and then because this is a U, I go above by 0.7, so a 3.4 pip stop loss. And then what I did is I went up to the 1H, and then what I was doing is I was looking for the next demand that made sense to me. So we have this here, this sell to buy, but for me this personally isn't an high enough risk to reward. So what I did is I targeted this sell to buy range right here, the sell to buy wick, sorry. So what that would be is 9.21, 9.26, and then if we go back to the 5M and see if we get tagged in this trade. So do we get tagged? As you can see, we mess around a little bit, and then eventually we do come back up at some point. So we come back up and we get tagged into the trade, and then the very next candle we get taken out. But for me, what I was thinking is we are still in this 4-hour point of interest. We're still in this 4-hour POI. So for me, shorts are still valid. So what I did is back up to the 10M and wait for another change of character. So as you can see, we've come up. We have had a pullback. So the old pullback is this old pullback right here. And then 1 minute, if I just delete this so you can see a little bit better. So just delete all that. So the pullback would be all this section right here. And then I was waiting for this high to be taken, and then I was waiting for this low right here. So once this low goes, that would be my change of character and my signal that I can take an entry if it does present one. So change of character down, and then all I was waiting for is this low to be taken. As you can see, the low has now been taken, and then I drop down to the 5-minute. So looking at the 5-minute, this would be our change of character. And what I was looking at and what I saw when I looked at the 5-minute is we have this candle right here, but it's very small. So what I did is, obviously, if I just mark this out, actually, is I'll mark this out. And then if we just put the risk to reward tool on this candle right here at the 50%, what you'll see is that the stop loss is very, very small. So for me, it's a 1.1 pip stop loss, and for me that's too small on the 5 minute time frame. So what I did actually is I marked out this candle and also this candle, and then I moved the entry down to the 50%, and then I went above by 0.7 as it's AU, just to account for spreads. So a 3.4 pip stop loss, and then I went up to the 1H, and then I targeted the sell to buy wicks that I targeted before, so it would be this one right here. So 10.15 risk to reward. I go back down to the 5 minute, see if I get tagged into this trade. So as you can see, we do come back up, we get tagged in on this candle right here, and then this trade actually takes a while to hit take profit. So if I just go up to the 1 hour chart, as you can see, we come down, we get a nice reaction, we come down, we dawdle around a little bit, and then eventually we do hit take profit. Back to the 5 minute, this is what it looks like on the 5 minute. So as you can see, we come up, we got tagged in, we come down, and then we come back up to the entry. So like I said, I think I mentioned it in the first trade recap, I don't take break evens. So what I do is I take 20% partials at 4R to cover my stop loss, which then means that the price can come back up to my entry point and then continue, because you don't want to come down to 4R, reverse, and get taken out for break even, only for that trade to, you know, carry on and it take profit. So for me, what I do is take 20% partials, and then as you can see, it did continue after it did tap into my entry point again, and then eventually it take profit for 10.15R. But yeah, that's just about it for this video, guys. If this video was helpful and you've got any questions or anything like that, just feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll comment back when I get a chance, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.